Shri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Sri Shukdev Goswami says that, O Parikshit, all connections in this life are established due to the past karma connections. Without past karma, nothing happens in this life. The son named Narayan in Ajamil's house was his past lives' austerities came in the form of son in this life in his house. One may wonder why Ajamil became so attached to this boy. If he did not know this is my austerities from my past life. Ajamil did not know. Nobody knows who's whose son and daughter from past life. Purva janmarjitam vidya, purva janmarjitam dhanam, purva janmarjitam dara agre dhavati dhavati. They will go from past life, everything in the front. Nobody knows in the house. My daughter is maybe this and this in my past life. Nobody knows. My son is like this in my past life. No. So Ajamil also did not know. So how come he became so attached? He had 10 sons. Why other 9 sons he was not attached? This was because of the saintly people's blessings. Ajamil received blessings from the saintly people while he was Ajamil still a sinner. Before the birth of Narayana, he was still in the womb. Saints came in his house, outside his house, and that's how he got blessed. The history goes like this. In Vedic civilization, the saintly people would unite in a bunch, in a group, and move around from village to village and town to town. Don't go to the cities, only goes to village and towns. Why? Because the householders don't have time to go and see the saints. So the sadhus would come in bunch, groups, and travel with a bullock cart and altar with it, all their beddings and everything, whatever is required, and move from village to village with the bullock carts. And sadhus would walk from village to village because it's only 2 miles, 1 mile, 2 miles, maximum 3 miles from one village to another, no more than that. Sadhus would walk, and leader of the sadhu called Mahant, he would sit on the cart with the altar on it. So they would go to a new village and look for a nice person who may be looking nice and ask him who is the pious person, which house is owned by a pious person who welcomes sadhus like that. So while traveling the groups in Brajaland in India, it is called Jamaat. So they reached Ajamil's village, and as they were entering the Ajamil's village, sadhus did not know it is Ajamil's village or Ajamil is in the village. They don't know. They just saw a nice guy wearing clean clothes and a nice looking, civilized looking person. And they reached, one sadhu reached, can you please tell us which house belongs to a pious person who can serve sadhus. So he was not pious. He was against sadhus, but wearing nice clothes. So sometimes wearing nice clothes may be a bad man. So he showed Ajamil's house, taunting the sadhus. Let us see what happens there. Everybody knew in the village about Ajamil. He was a Brahmin and he got involved in prostitutes, looting and stealing and gambling and eating meat and drinking, all this thing he does. So they showed him, you go to Ajamil's house, you will be welcomed. He taunted the sadhu. Sadhus are simple living and high thinking is the motto of devotees. So they went. They added one word to Ajamil called Bhagat, means devotee. A devotee Ajamil's house we want to go. So they showed him, showed the sadhus. The sadhu bullock cart reached outside the Ajamil's house and they got their sit-downs and all arrangements done, an altar brought out, an altar was decorated. And these children, he got 9 sons inside the house. So 9 sons came out, what is going on outside our house, they saw. These matted hairs and big sadhus and big altar and bullock cart and dozen sadhus and all that. They did not know who they were because children were not taught, because they don't do devotional service in the house. It's a prostitute, this guy is eating meat. Meat eating house, there are no devotional things. So the children don't know how to behave. So one sadhu asked the boy coming out of the house, elder boy, the first son, is this devotee Ajamil's house? He said yes. So they told him to send your father. No, he's not here, he's out. He said like that, okay, they waited. The sadhus waiting to that owner of the house comes, then they will get a treatment. So the sons, they went inside and told the mother, the prostitute, then there are matted hair people, they're having ashes all over their body, many of them have a big decorated place, there is something sitting inside the decorated place, they're talking about altar, they don't know what is going on here. Nothing, no knowledge. So the prostitute had the knowledge. Oh, matted hair sadhus, these big tilaks, marks on their head. Oh, as it has to be Jamaat of sadhus. How they came here, she wondered. How they came to this bad place. She wondered. Then she thought, somebody must have misled them, being envious and taunted them to come in this house, just to look what will happen to them. She understood. So, what did you say? She asked the boy. I told them that, boy said, I told them that my father is not here in the home. So they said, okay. So, kept quiet. At that time, Ajamil came. Ajamil was coming, saw from distance, are sadhus in my house and outside my house? She was stunned. My God, what happened? How they came? See? So, instead of entering from the front, he came in the back to the second door and entered in the house, where prostitute told him that some sadhus have come and you should go out, clean up first, wash up. He said, no, I'm not going out. What face I will carry there? I will not go out. No, we got to go. You cannot be diplomatic. You cannot mistreat. You cannot tell lies to sadhus. You cannot make up anything. You wash and you go humbly present your present situation. He washed up and exited the house, folded his hands, came to the knee and told the truth. Because sadhus should not be told lies. Anything they want to know, you got to be straight. You cannot roundabout tell, you become very offensive. Even though Ajamil was the greatest sinner, still he had to be honest. And even prostitute knew that, low-born prostitute. She knew that sadhus should be spoken direct, should not be roundabout speaking and showing artificial face. No. So he folded his hands, came on the knees, and said, I was born in a Brahmin family, but I am involved with the prostitute. I have left all my rituals. I have become downtrodden and involved in doing everything bad. What should I do? He asked. So the sadhus thought, good people always present themselves low, they thought. Because one who is great, he will not say, I am great. One is good by character, I am just useless, he will say like that. Not artificial, but nicely presented. People now say, Hari Bol Prabhuji, Hari Bol Swamiji. But inside is burning. Here it's no, not like that. So, sadhus thought this, no problem, don't worry. So it already sun setting now. So Ajamil had no other solution than supply them all the goods required, because sadhus carry in their bullock cart cooking utensils, items, everything they carry. They only don't carry the materials for cooking. So Ajamil supplied. Whatever you eat, that's what you become. Jaisa khaye anna vaisa ho jaye man. Mind becomes that way. Whatever you eat, that's why devotees don't eat from everybody. They eat only from the devotees or those who are initiated pious, pure Brahmins, not from every Brahmin. Pure Brahmins. When you find out pure Brahmin, you can see on his face. Don't eat from everybody. So, they cooked. Sadhus cooked all materials, vegetables, ghee, oil, everything was supplied by grains, chapati, flour, rice, every raw materials were supplied and sadhus cooked. And it became night. And sadhus made offering, had arti, kirtan, bhajan, nice singing. The altar was there with them. Mahant ate prasadam, and all the devotees, they ate, sat down and ate. And leftover was sent to the house, and Ajamil took from their leftover food, from their plates. And then sadhus asked him, what are the names of your sons? He said, Rinku, Dinku, Dimple, what all those names, Bablu, something like that. We got these names. No. That is the end of your children. He said, no, one is in the womb, still will come out. So the sadhus told him that you gave the name Narayana to the boy. Sadhus told, not he gave. You remember this. Why Ajamil became attached to that Narayana boy is because of the sadhus. Sadhus' advice. Okay, your boy, you will get a boy, and that boy should be named Narayana and remain attached to him. Sadhus told. And they blessed him that at the time of death you will remember that boy's name. That's why he could remember at the time of death. Sadhu's association is very important. One should associate with real devotees, not fake devotees. One should find a real sadhu and become attached to that sadhu. Keep in your mind that, oh, that sadhu dealt with me like this, he behaved like this, he smiled at me like this, he talked with me like this, he stood like this, he took prasadam like this, he told me like this, he did like this. All this concentration is association. Your contemplation is association. You don't need a physical association all the time. Sadhu cannot be with everybody all the time. He is there subtly in thoughts. So contemplate like that, then you get benefit. So this Ajamil became very attached to this little boy. And he named him Narayana, so always thinking Narayana. He gave his heart to Narayana by the blessings of the sadhus because he served them. Sadhus ate his grains, but because after offering they ate, that's why they got no contamination to cover their mind, because they made offering before they ate. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmahevatena Gantabyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. Once you offer, then becomes equal to the supreme potency. That is called prasadam, blessings of God, or sanctified food. A sacrament. Perfect. So no qualities of a grain giver can affect the eater like that. And at the time of death he remembered that boy, because of the sadhu's blessings. We must associate with sadhus. In our contemplation, we should have sadhu. We must become attached to sadhu. Sadhu means a real devotee. Sadhyati sarvendriyani yasya sadhu. Sadhu, he is called sadhu because a devotee is called sadhu because he has all his mind and his senses under control, engaged in the service of the Lord. Hrishikena hrishikesa savanam bhakti ruchyate. His senses are engaged in the service of the Lord, like that. Thank you very much.